So today we will talk about the reasons of poverty, that why is there poverty and things like that. The origin of poverty is more deeply rooted in villages, rural areas as compared to urban cities, following other reasons. So they are saying that you will find more amount of poverty, you will find poverty more in rural or villages rather than you will find it in cities. First, decrease in income from agriculture sector because of insufficient development in the field of agriculture and insufficient irrigation facilities. So what they are saying that recently in agriculture the farmers are not earning that much. The reason is because there is no development in agriculture in India as compared to in other countries. Okay, and sometimes the farmers are poor and they cannot afford to buy a tractor or to afford to have canal connections and things like that. So that is why they do not have, there is insufficient meaning lack of development in the field of agriculture and lack of development in irrigation facilities. Irrigation એટલે water facilities. Second, lack of alternative employment apart from farming. So these farmers only know how to farm. They do not go to find another job except for farming. So you know that farming happens only in certain seasons. During other most of the time you have to wait. So during that time they don't go and take another job or they don't go and earn anything. Lack of knowledge regarding other employment, educational skill or training in rural areas. The thing is that they don't have knowledge about any other job. They are only good in farming. If you tell them to do something else, they won't be able to do. Second thing is that they are not educated. They don't have skills. They don't have proper training to get another job. So they can only fit in farming. Increase in debt as a result of excessive expenditure because of caste system and orthodoxy, traditions and customs. Thus it may be said that it is due to increase in unproductive expenditure. So what happens is that they have taken lot of debt or loan, okay, and the thing is that even if they earn money, most of their income goes in paying back these loans, and they usually don't take loans from banks or from proper places. They take loan from other people in the village who charge them a lot. Okay, so what happens is that they have to pay very high interest rate. Fine, and that is why nothing is left. Other thing is there is caste system. There's lot of orthodox system. Orthodox એટલે બહુ strict હોય છે villages માં. And all these things are reasons why there is poverty in villages. Due to illiteracy, poor victim of exploitation and injustice, along with that they are not able to get proper benefit of government schemes because of lack of information. They are illiterate and they are not educated. So sometimes people make them fools and they become victims of this fool. The thing is that if they go to sell their products, okay, like other people will come and tell them અરે બીજી જગ્યાએ તો આટલા ભાવમાં વેચાય છે, અમને આટલી ભાવમાં દઈ દો, and they are very innocent people, okay. So that is why they get fooled easily, okay, and people make them ullu. They get fooled very easily. Other thing is that they are not educated, and sometimes right information which is passed by the government don't reach them. Government does lot for farmers, okay, a lot of things are done for the farmers by the government, but sometimes that information does not reach the right people who actually need it. Due to ignoring necessities and economic welfare of the poorest sections of the society during formation of economic policies. So whenever economic policies are formed, whenever policies are formed for economic purposes, what happens is that these politicians, these ministers, they don't take agriculture into consideration only. They see only development of factories, development of industries, development of roads, developments of other things, but they don't ever concentrate on development of agriculture. Production of cash crop was encouraged while production of edible crop was reduced. This triggered the scarcity of food, grains and pulses, and price rise because of which people could not get meals twice a day. So you know that there are two types of crops, right? Cash crops and edible crops. Cash crops are those crops through which you earn cash, like cotton, okay, wool, all these things are your cash crops. Like cotton is your cash crop, okay, jute is your cash crop. So what happened is people started growing more of cash crops, and people started growing less of vegetables, less of pulses, less of dal, less of jowar, and because of that the prices of food grains became higher. Edible એટલે જે તમે ખાઈ શકો ઈ. So people started growing more of cash crops, and because of that edible food, the food which you could actually eat, the prices of those things became higher. Because of execution of economic reforms, rural economy collapsed. Cottage and small-scale industries broke down. Migration increased. Income of agriculture sector decreased. Now, what happened? That economic changes happened, and because of that, the village economy crashed completely. Okay, whenever I told you, whenever the government makes policy, they don't consider villages. So because of that, what happened is that small industries which were there in a village, for example ખાદી બનાવે અમુક લોકો જે સાડી હોય એમાં ભરત કામ કરે. So એ બધી જે નાની cottage industries હતી, they started getting shut down because people started moving from villages to cities for better jobs. And because of that, less and less people started going into agriculture, and because of that, the economy or the income of village completely crashed down. Poor people are becoming victims of malnutrition and diseases. Expenditure on health increased, although income was static, but expenditure on medical increased. Now what they are saying, that people who are poor, okay, what happens to them is that they don't eat proper food, they don't take care of their health, and the reason is why, because medical expenditure is risen. Okay, you go to a hospital for a normal checkup, you end up paying 2,000 3,000. For medicines you pay so much. So what happened is that medicines na prices rised, doctors ni fees rised, but their income remained the same, so they could not afford to go to a doctor for normal checkup, and because of that their health became very, very bad. Due to change in technology, traditional business, cottage industries, etc. deteriorated and unemployment increased. Now what happened? Technology increased, okay, and because of technology, people started depending more on products which were developed by these technologies, and because of that, people started buying less of things from villages. Okay, people started buying less. See, if you go to a market, અગર કોઈએ મશીનથી સાડી બનાવેલી છે અને કોઈ હાથથી સાડી બનાવેલી છે, તમે ફોર શ્યોર મશીનની બનાવેલી સાડી લેશો, બિકોઝ એનું ફિનિશિંગ સારું હોય. ઓલી નહીં લ્યો, હાથથી પોરેલી. So what happens is that their job went, and because of that unemployment increased. There was increase in population growth, death rate, average lifespan increased, supply of labor increased in comparison to demand of labor, so unemployment increased. So what happened is that in recent time population has grown. And why has population grown? Because our medical facilities have become so nice that people are living longer. Earlier in olden times, people used to only live till 60-70 years. Now people are living 80, 90, 100 years. Okay, so what happened is that laborers who are working in factories are now working for longer time. Okay, otherwise પહેલાં શું થતું કે માણસ મરી જતો તો એની જગ્યાએ કોઈ બીજાને જોબ મળતી, એ માણસ મરી જતો તો એને કોઈ બીજાને જોબ મળતી. પણ હવે લોકો મરતા જ નથી, because lifespan has increased, people are living longer, and because of that population has grown, and because of that people are getting less and less jobs. On the other side of production of things of basic requirement decreased, there was price rise, there was downfall in the purchase power was experienced, living standard deteriorated, thus poverty increased. What they are saying is that prices rose again and again, and because of that people who are poor, they cannot buy a product because the prices are so high. Basic things like food they could not buy because the prices of the food have increased. Okay, and that is why their living standard became less, and they started living in a very bad condition, in a very bad situation. Now strategy for poverty eradication. Eradication એટલે કઈ રીતના તમે poverty countryમાંથી કાઢી શકો છો. The vicious cycle of poverty is increasing its grip. Vicious એટલે something which keeps on going and going in some cruel cycle. So cruel cycle of poverty is increasing. Reason for it has been understood in short. On the basis of it, it has become easy to understand which type of strategy should be adopted to remove poverty. So what they are trying to tell us over here is that situation of poverty, we know why people are poor, we know what is the reason why people are poor, and because of these reasons we can make a plan on how to remove poverty. Till now, 11th year plan has been completed. Till then, neglection of rural areas in the strategy for development of Indian economy and work plan is found mainly responsible for poverty. So till now, we are in the 11th year plan. Like 5-year plans je hata, એમાં આપણે 11th 5-year plan ઉપર છીએ. But till now, whatever strategies were made for economic development, whatever things were decided for economic development, villages were never considered. Only growth of cities were considered. If you look at cities, they are so developed. In comparison to villages, villages are still the same. You go to a village, the roads are still so bad. Everything is so bad. So what happened is that what they are trying to tell us over here is that because of economic development was only concerned about city development, they did not see the development of villages, and that is why in villages poverty increased. Golden pinnacle of Indian economy may be there in urban areas, but base lies in the rural areas only. Villages are the heart of Indian economy. So in order to keep them alive and prosperous, a large part of budget should have been spent after them. So what they are saying is that whenever you look at economic development, whenever you want to show people economic development, you only show the cities. The thing is that villages are also part of Indian economy. You look, India has so many villages. But then how come you are not paying attention to the development of villages? So what they are trying to tell us basically over here is that whenever you are considering development, also include villages, because they are the heart of Indian economy. And we should spend large amount of budget matlab paisa on villages. Actual economic development, social development and cultural development of India is possible by developing villages only. So if you want to develop economy, if you want to develop socially, if you want to develop culturally, you should develop the villages. Thus, through the program Gramodaya se Bharat Uday, present government has implemented the basic idea that the upliftment of the country is possible only through the upliftment of villages. So what they are saying, that the government which is there right now, they realize the importance of villages, and that is why they came up with a plan which was called as Gramodaya se Bharat Uday, which says that if you develop villages, our country will also develop, and through that village development also started happening. Central and state government have emphasized on implementation of new plans and programs for removal of poverty. So central government, that is the Delhi government, and all the state governments, they are working towards removal of poverty. Further stress has been laid on improvement of basic needs of life, development of agriculture sector and cottage small scale industries, etc. So there have been effort made to improve the basic life, to improve the basic needs of the people, to make sure that the development of agriculture happens, to make sure that the cottage and the small industries which are there in the villages, they develop. If the opportunities for employment will be created, a flow of income will increase and poverty will be decreased. So what they are saying, if you open places in which you can give more jobs to people, automatically the problem of unemployment will go away, and through that poverty will also be decreased. After independence, government has given a thrust of development of large-scale, heavy and key industries along with the slogan Garibi Hatao. For this development, encouragement has been given to the development of cities. On the other hand, with the objective of Green Revolution, Land Reforms Act have been implemented so that development will be there in agriculture. So what they are saying, that after India got independence, the government came up with a plan to develop big industries, to develop big factories, and through those factories their aim was to remove poverty or Garibi Hatao. And through Green Revolution, and through development of agriculture they worked towards the development of rural areas. Okay, as a result, which production will increase, employment opportunities will be created, employment will increase, and poverty level could be reduced. So what they are saying that if agriculture develops, if big industries develop, then automatically people will have a job. Once people have a job, they have money, and once they have money, the problem of poverty will be removed off. It was believed that as a result of development of industries, benefits achieved by the owners of the industries will increase. Income of rich farmers or landlords which will be distributed among the poor people, and thus it will decrease in but this strategy proved to be an optimistic bubbler. Speed of economic development of the country remained slow. Along with the slow economic development, distribution of income was inequitable and unequal. So what happened is their main job or their main role was such that they worked ki moti industries khol se agriculture development will be there, and what will happen is that whatever profit agriculture gets, whatever profit big industrialists and businessmen make, that profit will be equally distributed among the rich, among the poor. That was the aim કે ભાઈ જે profit મોટા ફાર્મ્સ કરે છે, કે જે પ્રોફિટ મોટી ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ કરે છે, કે કંપનીઝ કરે છે, તો એ પ્રોફિટને ઇક્વલી ડિવાઈડ કરો વર્કર્સમાં અને ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ ઓનર્સમાં કે બિઝનેસમેનમાં. But that thing was only looked good on papers. In true, it was not there. Economic development was slow, economic progress was slow, and what happened is rich people never want to distribute their profit. Let me tell you that. They are not so dildar કે એ લોકોનું profit એ લોકો એકદમ વેચી નાખશે. The rich started taking their profit. They did not distribute it to the poor people. They said it's our profit. Why should we give it to the people working in our factory? We'll keep it to ourselves. So they did not distribute the profit among the people working in the factory. They kept the profit to themselves. So what happened is that the rich people became more rich and the poor people became more poor, because they were the one who were actually working so hard in the factories to make sure that these businessmen get the profit. But in reality, these businessmen never distributed that profit among the people working in their factory or agriculture. Okay, and because of that, poverty increased. Okay, and income was distributed unequally. As a result, out of its income and wealth are concerned in the hands of few rich people, and thus no improvement was there in the condition of poor people. I told you, right? Rich became more rich, poor people became more poor. As a result of inappropriate distribution of income, rich became richer and poor remained where they are. Second, in order to remove the disparity of income, disparity એટલે differences in income, કે richની પાસે આટલો બધો પૈસો અને poorની પાસે આટલો ઓછો પૈસો, that is called disparity, difference. Okay, because of to remove this difference in income, government framed such type of taxation policy so that poor may get commodities essential for life and production for such commodities increased. For this purpose, heavy tax was levied on luxurious goods used by the rich people, articles and services of luxury or enjoyment. For this, strategy was made to provide essential commodities and commodities to poor people from fair shops under public distribution system. So what happened, in order to remove this unequal distribution of wealth, in order to remove this problem of poverty, the next scheme that the government came up was called taxation policy. Over there what they did is that je vastu luxury items che, for example AC, fridge, okay, all these are your luxury items, TV, all these cars, all these are your luxury items. So what did the government do is they started taxing those things at a very high price. Okay, the tax on fridge, tax on TV, tax on AC was charged a lot. Okay, because the government knew કે these people અગર કેટલો બી મોટો ટેક્સ હશે તો બી અમીર લોકો તો આ વસ્તુ ખરીદવાના જ છે, કાર તો એ લોકો ખરીદવાના છે, એસી ટીવી આ બધું તો ખરીદવાના જ છે rich people. So what the government did is that government started putting lot of tax on luxury items. Okay, and the government so that what happens that the government gets money, and with that money government opened something called as fair price shops. From these shops, the poor people could go and buy food grains, could buy dal, could buy juwar, grains, sugar at a very, very little price. Okay. By doing so, it had tried to improve the living standard of poor. Thus, government has tried there should be a decrease in production of luxurious items utilized by rich and available resources there taken such efforts. As a result, there will be increase in employment among the poor. Ability to work would increase the production and finally income would increase, leading to better lifestyle. So what they are trying to say is that if you tax heavily on these items, luxury items, then rich people will spend less money on buying luxury items. And the government aimed at opening more and more factories. Government aimed at increasing more and more employment opportunities for these poor people, so that these poor people could get proper job, so that these poor people could get employment, and the problem of poverty could be checked or removed. Third, understanding the need of improvement in agriculture sector, government implemented many programs like Land Ceiling Act, Regulation of Tenancy Act, Security of Cultivation Rights Act, so that there is decrease in the income of rich farmers and landlords and increase in the income of the farmers or the laborers or the tenants. So there was an improvement in the condition of poor. So there was improvement done in agriculture sector, where various acts on agriculture were put, so that the rich farmers who are there, they don't do atyachar on the poor farmers working in their farm. Okay, and so that these poor farmers could get proper income, proper money, and they could solve the problem of poverty. Government has announced the policies to encourage agriculture. Agriculture related industries such as cattle rearing, dairy industries, pisciculture and afforestation. It helps in order to develop small irrigation schemes, household industries, cottage industries, small scale industries, etc. So what they said, that government has put policies, have come up with programs to improve the cattle rearing. Cattle rearing એટલે ગાય ભેંસને ધ્યાન રાખવા માટે. All the dairy industry એટલે દૂધનું વેચાણ, ઘીનું વેચાણ, એ બધું સરખું થાય, એટલે there are various policies. There are various policies on pisciculture. I'll give you the meaning of pisciculture. Afforestation એટલે growing back forests. Okay, the lot of farmers, they grow forest and they produce honey from there. Okay, so afforestation માટે, agriculture માટે, dairy માટે, cattle માટે, lot of policies are made by the government. So what happens is, through these schemes, what happens, like irrigation schemes, irrigation એટલે water facility schemes, household industry schemes, cottage industry schemes, small scale industries, આ બધાની development માટે government has come up with different schemes and different policies. In order to increase, at some time it is also announced policy and helped many traditional industries, handloom and cottage industries. So through these schemes, the government has really helped small cottage industries, small industries which are there in the villages, handloom industries. Arrangements have been made for many household industries, so that there is increase in employment in rural areas. Household industries એટલે ઘરે બેસીને જે લોકો કામ કરતા હોય. For example, pickle બનાવવાનું એટલે અથાણા બનાવવાનું, ખાખરા બનાવવાનું, મસાલા બનાવવાનું, all those are your household industries. So government has made efforts to improve these household industries, so that employment will be increased in agriculture places. It has made arrangements to see that the youth of the rural area get opportunities of alternative employment. So government has made efforts so that the youth or the new generation which is living in villages have good jobs and have good employment. For this purpose, objective-based education and training, skill development programs have been started by government and has implement programs for self-employment as a part of strategy to improve the condition. So for this purpose, so that the youngsters get job, the government has come up with programs, skill development program, training program, educational program, so that the younger generation have jobs. Okay, and so that they can get job by themselves, self-employment. For this purpose, new fields of employment have opened, so that their income increases. So new job opportunities have been increased, so that they can get proper job. Government has improved the structure of education, health, residence, employment, family planning, communication, etc. So government has also improved good education, good health facilities, good staying facilities, good employment. They have taught them family planning in villages. Because why family planning? Because છે ને વિલેજીસમાં લોકોને 6-7 છોકરાઓ હોય, પછી એ લોકોનું ધ્યાન ન રાખી શકે અને ગરીબીમાં રહેવું પડે. એટલે what the government is telling, हम दो हमारा एक, या हम दो हमारे दो, meaning each family should have 2 kids and or 1 kid, not more than that. Okay, it has improved irrigation facilities, એટલે water facilities, roads, crop production, skills and training field. Education has developed variety of crops, bank loans for obtaining seeds, fertilizer, tractor, etc. So what they're saying, health facilities have increased, educational facilities have increased, and they have opened up banks in villages so that the farmer goes to a bank to take a loan. Okay, and better seeds facilities are given. Okay, and fertilizer, tractor, આ બધી વસ્તુ માટે the bank gives the loan. Such types of variety of steps have been undertaken for rural upliftment. So such steps have been taken for upliftment or improvement of villages. Employment fields have been created in home itself. Okay, job opportunities have been created in houses itself. Let's say a person is good in making masalas, so the government will encourage them to make masalas and sell them, so that the youth cannot migrate towards the city, which causes the burden of population in cities. Good job opportunities have been created in villages so that the youngsters don't have to go to a city to get a job, because if they keep going to cities, the population of the cities is rising. It has started schools in villages, and secondary and higher secondary schools have been opened in close distance. So schools have been opened in villages. Okay, higher secondary schools have been opened in villages where the distance is close. Okay, by starting colleges at a close distance, facilities have been created for providing technical and vocational courses and training centers. So colleges are also started at a close distance so that students from 2-3 villages can go to a same college. Over there in the college, they are given technical educational, they are given vocational training. Vocational એટલે skill development. Okay, for example, if they are working in an agricultural land, તો એમાં કઈ સ્કિલ જરૂર પડે છે, કયા ટેલેન્ટ્સ હોવા જોઈએ. So for that, in order to take care of those students complete their higher studies, they are encouraged by giving them motivation in the form of economic help, like scholarship facilities of fee, reduction of residential schools, promoting girls education. So what they are saying, in order to make sure that these children keep going to the school, to make sure that these children keep going for they don't stop their education, they are given scholarship, reduction is done in fees. Okay, they open hostels for them, and they promote girls education. Many programs for women empowerment have been started by making women self-reliant economy. So what they are saying, many programs have been done to make sure to improve the condition of women, where jobs are also given to women. You know, ભરત કામ, મસાલા બનાવવાનું કામ, ખાખરા બનાવવાનું કામ, આ કામ તે કામ, એ the girls કરે છે, right? So to make sure that they are independent economically, financially, money wise, એ લોકો independent રહી શકે, એના માટે government has done various programs and facilities. Various solid steps have been taken to create self-employment. Okay, various steps have been taken to make sure that each and every person in the village has a job. Thus, government is taking valid steps to combat the demon of poverty strategically. So here the government is taking really, really great steps to combat, battle the devil of poverty. India will have to take few steps by fulfilling the eradication deep-rooted problems of poverty and complete the mission of the World Bank regarding eradication of poverty from the world by 2030. So there is an aim by the World Bank that they will remove poverty all around the world by the year 2030, and for that the government of India has to take very, very good steps and has to work really hard to make sure that the problem of poverty goes away.